Good afternoon, everyone. My presentation is on modeling time taken to HIV testing and follow-up clinic visits to collect HIV test results. Time, time variate survival analysis. Introduction and background. Improving HIV testing among the population at high risk is one of the first steps to achieve sustainable development goals of ending HIV by 2030. Sri Lanka national target is to achieve at least 90% of people living with HIV will know their status by 2025. National HIV prevention program implement intervention among key populations such as female sex workers, men who have sex with men, beach boys, and injecting drug users in 10 districts of Sri Lanka. We used HIV testing data of 5,667 female sex workers registered with National HIV Prevention Program during 2016 and 2017. Let's go move on to the objectives of this study. This objective is to develop multivariate statistical models to describe HIV testing behavior of most and risk populations, and specifically to describe the HIV testing behavior of female sex workers in Sri Lanka. As per this diagram, you can identify that the behavior of HIV testing among female sex workers. This indicate HIV testing and then uptake of test results. So we have two events where first event is the testing for HIV, and then the second event is the uptake of test results. So by looking at these two events, the nature of these two events is called ordered events, because we cannot have the second event without having the first event. So all these two events are ordered. So the first model that we are going to use, we used in this study, is the univariate models. The univariate model that we used is the cost proportion hazard model, which is a non-parametric, which is semi-parametric survival model, cost proportion hazard model. As I described, we have two events. First event is registration with the program, and second event is the HIV testing. So first event is the HIV testing, and second event is the uptake of test results after registering with the program. So we have we can define three time intervals. First, from registration to HIV testing, from HIV testing to uh, HIV testing to uptake of test results. Third, from registration to uptake of test results. So in univariate models, we model cost proportional hazard model for each of these time, one at a time. That means we have three models. We generated three models. This is the normal Cox statistical explanation, statistical representation of Cox proportional hazard model. Yeah, this is the hazard function, and then baseline hazard. Lambda t is the baseline hazard. This component is the covariate component. And for the multivariate models, we have we have in multivariate model we use the pwp model because it is a ordered event. This is pwp model is the best model to describe the ordered events. So PWP model, we have two variations of that model. First variation is called gap time model. In gap time model, we use the gap of two events. So this is the first event, first survival time, or first event, and the second event. So we use the gap as two y variables. And in the PWP model, total time model, we used uh, T1, and at the second, we use the total time of these two. So T1 plus T2 is the T3. So this is the only difference between the total time model and gap time model. Otherwise, modeling part is similar. And this is the statistical model of PWP gap time model. Only different the you can see here, we have T minus T j minus 1. J means the jth event, and this is the total time model. Yeah, you can see only T is using, that means total time is using. Handling time dependent covariates. The proportionality test of pH reg procedure revealed that some covariates violate proportional hazard assumption. That means for some covariates, hazard ratios are not proportional. So we extended both Cox proportion hazard model and PWP model by including log time interaction terms in the model. This is the sample characteristics. So we can see that 6.8% of the female sex workers are young, and around 50% are educated more than grade 8, and around 64% are married, and 60% based in slums, and around 24%, 25% had more than 20 sexual partners during last month, and around 57% had tested for HIV before joining with this program, and around 24% use condoms during the last sexual encounter. And this is the cost proportion hazard model. Results of the cost proportion hazard model. So three models are there. These uh, uh, this number shows the hazard ratios, which is similar to odd ratio. These are the X variables which were significant: age, district, number of sexual partners, HIV testing status, and condom use and typology. Here, the interaction effect, condom use and typology was significant for model 2, second model. That means from HIV testing to uptake of test results. The time-dependent covariates, these covariates violated proportional hazard assumptions, so these time-dependent covariates were included in the model. And in the PWP model, we have two models: total time model and gap time model. You can identify that all the hazard ratios are significant. And this education category, which was not significant in any of the univariate model, was significant in this model. And also interaction effects were significant in total gap time model. And time dependent covariates were also significant. The results, interpretation of results of the multivariate model explain HIV testing behavior better than the univariate models. And result of extended PWP gap time model was fully consistent with the medium survival time of Kaplan-Meier estimates, results of all univariate models, and could explain a particular situation. That means extended PWP model could capture the interaction effect typology and condom use, which is important for program planning. And FSW with higher risk, like high risk sexual partners, lower age, take more time to complete both events. Hazard ratio of many time dependent covariates approaches 1 over time due to the effect of prevention programs. Conclusion: PWP gap time model is more appropriate to model time taken to HIV testing and subsequent clinic visit to uptake test result. It is better than even PWP total time model. The individual effect and their interactions indicate that common prevention program cannot be adopted for all female sex worker subpopulations. The female sex workers needs to be categorized at the time of registration with HIV prevention programs, and more intensive programs and tailor-made programs need to be developed for high-risk female sex workers. Acknowledgement: I would like to acknowledge Professor Samit, Senior Lecturer, University of Peradeniya for supervision and guidance, National HIV Prevention Program, and STD Clinics, Female Association of Sri Lanka, CSDF, and participants of this study. Thank you very much.